Hello everyone, it's Miss Privatera, and today I thought I would read An Ant's Day Off by Bonny Becker and illustrated by Nina Layden. So again, An Ant's Day Off. I'm taking the day off, said Bart. I'm tired of working. No ant has ever taken the day off, his friend Floyd reminded him, nervously glancing about. Never ever in the history of antdom. Bart and Floyd were sand ants. They spent their days under the ground working all the time. They had never seen the sky or felt the rain. But this morning, as Bart toiled about the mound of sand he had to move from tunnel 929B to tunnel 49A, he glanced up. High above was a glimmer of blue, far and away, and it called to him. Come, little ant, come out and play. You must work and work and work some more, Floyd said, seeing the wild gleam in Bart's eyes. Happiness is a finished chore. But it was too late. Bart threw down his load of sand and began to climb. Don't, cried Floyd. Then they'll never let you back in. Up and up Bart scrambled until his head popped out into the bright spring day. He nearly fainted with the shock of it all. The sky was too high to imagine an end to it. A breeze tugged at his antenna, and the sun felt golden warm on his head. Get a move on, barked a stern ant guarding the nest. Food patrol's over there. Bart hurried down the mound to join the line. All the other ants kept their eyes straight ahead and their noses to the ground as they marched towards the remains of a giant bagel, but Bart saw an opening in the grass and scurried away. He came to a broad river. Row, said a voice. Row, said another voice. Bart peered around the edge of a water iris. He saw 2 frogs. Gently down the stream, said one frog. Merrily, 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 said the other frog, and together they croaked, Life is but a dream. Bart hopped onto a leaf lying near the water's edge and pushed himself out into the stream. Hello, he cried to the frogs. Then, to his horror, the larger frog snapped a fly into its mouth. The smaller frog eyed Bart hungrily. The frog's tongue flicked out, but just then the current picked up, and Bart floated out of reach. The little frog settled back with a blink. Row, he croaked. Row, croaked the big frog. Inside his head, Bart heard a tiny voice. It sounded just like Floyd. Always work, never rest. You see what comes of idleness? The Floyd voice said. Perhaps I should go back to the nest, Bart thought. Suddenly his leaf caught on a branch and spun to a stop. Bart scrambled to the shore. A tall dandelion stood in his way. Maybe he would see just a bit more of the world before he went back. The petals were soft and the sun was warm. For the first time in his life, Bart wasn't doing anything. Don't you feel bad? The Floyd voice said. Lying, lazy, and useless while your fellow ants struggle below? I guess I do, Bart thought, but it was very pleasant just the same. He yawned and closed his eyes. Was this a nap? He'd heard tales of such things back in the nest. The air beat against him in gentle, tickling waves. Bart murmured. Ah. He rolled over. Hovering above him was a huge honeybee brimming with pollen. Down she came, landing right on top of him. Help! He squawked. The bee busily gathered her pollen, then took off, taking Bart with her. Oh no! She flew up and down and up and down. Bart could see sky and field and sky and field. Ah! A sneeze tickled in his nose. Ah! Choo! Bart fell down, 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 and landed with a whomp on another dandelion. He scrambled to his feet. "I'm alive!" he cried. "And I'm probably the only sand ant ever in history of antdom to fly." Bart didn't notice the dark clouds in the sky. Plop, plop, plippity, plop, plop, plop. Bart looked up. His first ever rain. Splosh, splosh, raindrops burst upon him. The dandelion swayed. Bart slipped off into a puddle and came up gasping. He had to get back to the nest. "They'll never let you back in," Floyd's words came rushing back. "Get a move on, never stop, never tarry. An ant who wastes time will never marry." They all came back to him, the words every ant heard from the day he was hatched. He staggered up to the entrance of the nest. There at the top stood a guard ant. Bart realized with a horrible start that he carried nothing. No lacebug wing, no bagel crumb, not even a grain of sand. Nothing useful. "Halt!" cried the guard. "Who goes there?" "It's me," stammered Bart. "Bart, the sand ant." "Sand ant? What are you doing out here?" Wild lies flashed through Bart's head. Maybe he could say he was kidnapped by earthworms, or that he was blind. "I took a day off," Bart whispered. "I'm not doing anything. I'm being totally and completely useless. I floated down a stream. I almost took a nap, and I flew on a bee, but that was mostly by mistake." "A day off?" said the guard. "You took the day off?" Bart nodded miserably. The guard paused. Then he said quietly, "I took a day off once long ago." "You did?" breathed Bart. "Don't tell anyone," snapped the guard. "Not a peep, never a word. Still, if you'll pick up that moth wing and make it snappy, I'll let you back in." "Always bring back a bit of something," muttered the guard as Bart slipped past. "That's what the others do." "Others?" Bart asked. "Sometimes," the guard said softly. "Well, sometimes an ant just needs to look at the sky, now doesn't he?" And he frowned and turned away. Bart hurried to tunnel 929B. Floyd had cleared away his mound of sand, and Bart's too. "I'll do twice as much tomorrow," Bart promised. "Tell me about your day off," Floyd whispered. "Tell me everything." And Bart did. Once, twice, again and again, all throughout the long summer. Bart told Floyd about the sun and frogs and rain. Sorry. And one day, when it was nearly fall, Bart found Floyd standing stock still, staring up at the sparkle of blue. "I couldn't," Floyd gulped. Bart laid down his grain of sand. "Come on, I'll show you." But, wait a minute," cried Floyd. "Never ever in the history of antdom has an ant taken a second day off." Bart just grinned, and the two friends began to climb. And that, my friends, was an ant's day off. Hope you enjoyed and have a great day.